Hey, it's Ping Pong and Twyla. I can't really film in the sun because I end up looking like Ron Weasley. But I really want to get this information out here. And I was thinking if I only had a few minutes, we'll say like 7 minutes to get a point across, what would I say? Well, the sun is very important, and I've been on an opposite schedule lately. So I've kind of been doing an experiment of sorts with myself. You know how they did those experiments where they took the people underground and tested their circadian rhythms, and the people that weren't exposed to the sun or the electromagnetic field. It's probably both. But long story short, it's very, very influential in human behavior. And the people that were underground for prolonged periods of time were starting to get sick more. They were experiencing a kind of psychosis, mental illness, stuff like that. And I can't remember the exact year, but I'll put it right here when exactly they did that study. And then a childhood, like family friend had really bad acid reflux from my understanding, and like heartburn and stuff. And she tried everything, but the thing that I heard, didn't talk to her very much, but the thing that I heard helped her was exposing her stomach to the sun. And it's like, why is that healing? And there's a movement of people that are finally bringing to everyone's attention that we should be walking barefoot outside. But things like the cell phone towers, like all the 5G, even 4G, 3G, not the best, especially for insects and birds who use the electromagnetic field to navigate. They're getting lost and they can't find their way home, and they can't live that way. But I just really wanted to ask everyone as I was laying in the sun, when's the last time you let the sun shine on your heart? Because prior to earlier, I was trying to have as much of my skin exposed as possible. So I just tied like a little bandana around and just laid in the sun. And I was thinking to myself, when's the last time that I've ever exposed my heart to the sun? Because yeah, there's skin and a thin layer of bones there, but if the sun is hitting your chest, I bet you it is hitting your heart as well. And so it's just something that I've never thought about. I've never made it a priority to get stuff like that and those organs of my body and just my skin in general, because skin's an organ, right? So you kind of just have to expose your organs to the sun and see what happens. I mean, if all else fails, what do you have to lose? And it kind of feels good. Today was like a nice breezy day, and so the sun wasn't too hot. I was just laying here and thinking, even when I don't have to be somewhere, because guys, I am always so stressed out. If I have a phone call, even a work meeting, anything, it can be 6 hours from now. I am worried about that thing until it takes place. And there's little strategies around it, but not very many. And I have to be very, very adamant, and my mental determination needs to be top notch. Otherwise, but I'm not going to go off on a tangent. We're going to stay on topic. String of thoughts, ironically enough. String of thoughts, I always have to be monitoring them, and I always have to be keeping them in line, keeping a lot of them on a leash. I joke about that with my friends, but it is so true. Not in a concerning way, like I'm not at risk to myself or others or anything. I don't want to give anyone the wrong idea, but it's okay. It was an accident. I'll clean that up in a second. But yeah, so we're chilling. We're not at risk or anything like that, but you really do have to take all of your thoughts captive. I really do believe that, because otherwise they will pull me through the hedge backwards. And what I'm getting at, though, is that seems like a full-time job for me. And I can't tell if it's the autism, I can't tell if it's trauma, I can't tell if it's ADHD. It doesn't really matter. The thing that matters is that I have to be constantly organizing my thoughts, or they will get so out of control. I have to plan. It feels like significantly more than the average person. I mean, I have to write everything down, or my working memory is not very good. My prioritizing is not very good, but I'm not just going to sit here and say, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But I'm just confiding in you guys that like I have to use a lot of lists, and it's okay if you feel like your thoughts are just you're getting bombarded all the time. It's okay. A lot of people feel that way too. That's not to invalidate you. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that, I don't want to say autistic people or neurodivergent, because you might not be either of those, you know, or you might be, who knows? It doesn't matter. We don't need to keep dividing ourselves by these different groups, be it political. Like, I know I make jokes in that department, but I really try to steer clear of that stuff because it is just so dividing. And the whole point of this channel, I want it to be unifying. So I just wanted to ask you guys, when's the last time you let the heart... When's the last time... I don't even know how I'm gonna edit this anymore. Maybe I'll just leave it in for authenticity. But when's the last time you let the sun shine on your heart? Me and Ping Pong were just laying in the sun side by side, and everything was just perfect. I was blissed out. I was, you know, I didn't even have caffeine yet today. And it's just taking everything in. Everything in that moment was absolutely perfect. The fact that my house faces this direction and I have Ping Pong's bed right here, that I wash the blanket at least once a week, and I just washed it, so it's clean. Don't think I'm laying on a dog bed. Okay, you're being a little too needy. I don't like that. See, it's one thing to ask for pets, but sometimes she kind of throws a fit when I'm trying to talk, and it's not my favorite thing. Okay, I won't shame you anymore. I'm sorry. Yeah, but just everything was so perfect, and I think that getting out in the sun every day can really help with just the overall optimism and positivity of our thoughts, and as a result, our overall state of well-being. This is making it very hard to focus. Are you like uncomfortable or something? You little dog? You spilled my drink, you know. Anyways, I really just wanted to say that. It's kind of jumbled because there are many things I have to do, but I really just wanted to stop and say that. So this was Twyla's couch, but we are on Ping Pong's bed, and I'll see you next time.